Hey, Scott Russell, want to touch on losing it all. I'm sure many of us, many have the thoughts of where's this world going? Am I going to lose my home, my family? And I think there's probably a good chance that will happen to a lot of people. And so in preparation for that, I think it's a good idea to start to prepare ourselves now. Mentally, I think when you go through those sort of situations, it's important to understand yourself, your limitations, to know that when you're under a lot of pressure, you'll make wrong decisions, often make wrong decisions. And for me, it became a time of listening to people I knew actually cared about me, not the people with opinions. There's no end to those, and I like what they say, opinions are like armpits. Everybody's got one and they usually stink. So when you're going through things, there's people that want to offer you their great advice because they feel they're in a better position than you, or they have a good heart, they think. But the best ones were the ones that just came and sat with me, the ones that just wanted to be there. They came, they sat. I felt like trash, and I remember looking at some of these people and thinking, why are you here? You know, my whole world just dumped me, and why are you here? Get those sort of people into your life. And the thing is, sometimes you don't even know who they are. And people will hurt you, disappoint you, pull away from you. But I have a saying, until you've had a good falling out, until you've had a misunderstanding, and somebody sees the value in you and comes back and puts effort into that, you don't have a friendship. A friendship's not true and tried until it really has been tried. Once it's been tried, you know you've got something. When someone's prepared to swallow their pride, come back and say, hey, okay, what I may have said, right or wrong, is irrelevant. You're worth it, and I want to be in your life. To me, that is just, I get so much respect for that type of person. And you will see as things go around your life, those sort of people that will rise up and want to stand with you in the middle of everything, when everything's collapsing. They don't want to give advice, they just want to sit there. I think you're going to, people, when the pressure's on, they're going to want to sleep more. For me, I forced myself to get out of bed. I didn't want to. It took every fibre in me some days. In the middle of the day, I found I wanted to go back to bed because your mind just can't handle the overload of what's going on, and you just want to shut down. I would force myself to walk, lost some weight, because I would go out, rain, hail or shine, force myself. And I found that as I went out, it started to change how I thought, and it was still a battle, and it was still a struggle, but I had to take responsibility for myself, because even though there was people that loved me, I still had to put the hard yards in myself. Another one that came is food. I found that I started to comfort eat. So actually my sister came to me and she's like, stop it, Scott, you're comfort eating, you know, and I didn't like to hear it, but she was right. So now I know that that's something that can happen in me. I watch that. I try to eat healthy. I'll eat fruit for breakfast instead of comfort food, you know, and during the day I try not to buy the candy bars. I'll take responsibility for my actions, and I walk a lot. A lot of exercise, a lot of outdoor life. Start to set those habits in motion now. Keep those habits if things start to go wrong around your life. Because the other thing I've learned is no matter what you lose, don't lose yourself. No matter what you lose, no matter what people accuse you of, no matter what people say about you, don't lose yourself. And for me, that was knowing God and knowing what God said I was, knowing that when I had to stand before God, I would give an account for what I'd done. So I knew that, firstly, it gave me a moral compass, and it also gave me something to safeguard who I was, where I was, and what I was doing. And it brought the right sort of people around me. Not the people that were saying, because it's very easy in those times of pressure to want to ease, to self-medicate. If you have a bend toward addiction, you'll head towards addiction. And that can be alcohol, sex, for men, pornography, things that tend to try to isolate you and have you deal with your own pain. And you have to watch those sort of things. And some of that can be a battle to start to, but for me, take it to God when I get confronted with the desire to overeat, to get moody or something. I become aware, self-aware of that, and I address those things. And important to start to know yourself in those areas and be honest with yourself. And I think one of my sons came to me recently and he really blessed me. He said, "Dad, I was a victim with what our family went through, and I stopped thinking like a victim. And I want to thank you that you were an example for my life." And I said, "Mate, you made the decisions." And he said, "Yeah, but Dad, I saw in you that you didn't give in to being a victim." And I said to him, "Son, there's two things in life that if I could give you, they would be, and I'm so proud of you." I said, "One of them is a relationship with Jesus Christ, to know, spiritually connect to God." I said, "And the second one is to not think like a victim even when you are a victim." And right now, set in your mind, no matter what people have done to you, welcome to life. No matter what you're going through, welcome to life. We all go through it. If you are going to think like a victim, if you're going to think you deserve better or you deserve more, you're dead in the water. People disappoint me, people hurt me, people do wrong to me. That's just people. It doesn't mean they don't like you. The ones with a bad heart never fix it. The ones that have a heart that's right will come back around and sort of just snuggle a little bit, in a sense, come around and say, "Hey, I just wanted to set things right." They may not verbalize that, but they're setting it right in the very fact that they're showing that you have value to them. Those sort of people mean a lot. Some people you can't reach out to because they've made the break, and you have to respect that. But so don't think like a victim even when you're a victim. If you lose your house, if you lose your job, you lose your car, it's all survivable. You can do it. Get the right people around your life. Get the right thinking that you don't like a victim. You're not going to think like a victim even when you are a victim. Let's think about it. These global elites are there making us all victims. They want us to come under that because then they can control us. Don't be a victim. Get the right people around your life. Get a good routine. Exercise. Get out of bed. Force yourself to get out of bed. Don't go to bed at 6 o'clock, at 7 o'clock at night and sleep through till 10 the next day. Set good habits. Walk in those good habits. And when the pressure comes, don't change those good habits and eat good. And I think you've got a good thing to start right there. And finally, the best one is talk to God. Talk to him like I'm talking to you. Talk to him like, I'm talking to you. Some of you don't want to hear it, some of you do. And God hears. God hears you. Tell him your heart. Tell him you're good. Tell him you're bad. Tell him you're wrong, you're ugly, and surrender. And I surrender my pain. I forgive out of that surrendering. God, I forgive the people that have done this to me. I forgive myself for not responding the way I could have responded, and giving that all to God. And when you do that, whom the Son sets free, whom Jesus sets free, is free indeed. Freedom is beautiful. Walk in it. No matter what they take from you, they can never take your freedom. God bless.